Jen. I haven't been around for a few weeks. If you haven't noticed, some of you might have noticed, some of you may have. If you did, thank you. I missed you too. But I am back. The last few weeks have been kind of crazy, busy, and just whatever. And I'm a newbie at YouTube, and I don't know how to balance YouTube with, life. So I'm working on it. I'm trying. It's just gotten a little crazy. But in today's video, I do actually have some projects. So as you just saw, we're going to be doing the wall in the kitchen that had that ugly wallpaper. We're going to be refinishing a piece of furniture. And of course, we're going to be cleaning up this house that just, despite my efforts, will always get messy and always need cleaning. So we're going to do pretty much every room, including the bathroom this time. You guys haven't really seen the bathroom yet, so we are going to clean the bathroom. It's a little embarrassing. It got pretty messy. Yeah, here it is. Look, it's just not a care in the world, just putting things wherever. Yeah, so we're going to take care of that. And just like I said, a little bit more footage of the projects that I did. I did that wall all by myself. I was so proud of myself. But here we are, starting in the main room, dining room area. So I did clean up everything that was on this table. I thought I hit record. I did not, because I'm just a great YouTuber, content creator that way. So you're getting kind of the end of it. Oh my goodness, that was the loudest motorcycle going by ever. Okay, so I did get the dining room tidied up while I was not recording, and then you kind of saw the tail end of it. And then we're gonna be getting rid of these dishes. Well, not getting rid of them, but cleaning them up. And then later on, it's gonna be kind of a jumpy video because it's been so long and I've been recording this. It's not really like a day in the life. It's more like 3 weeks in the life. So it does jump around quite a bit. Hopefully I don't give you guys whiplash, but yeah, so stay tuned and just bear with me. I'll try to keep it as smooth and seamless as possible. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are here, and thanks for watching. And we will get to I know some of you are just here for the projects. Promise they're coming, so just sit tight.
Smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. You, I know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. We do this every day, we do this love for life. You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you here with me. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. Looking back at the good times before it all went down. Climbed right up on the hillside, a different view of my life. You left me running on and on, but I don't care, would you let me in? You said goodbye like everything's gone, everything that we could have been. But I know you are my liability. Yeah, I know you are my You say that you're sorry. We turn the page and make up. A broken trust got you haunted. The doubting you was enough to leave me chasing you on and on. But I don't care, I will let you in. You said goodbye like everything's gone, everything that we could have been. But I know you are my liability. Yeah, I know you are my liability.
All right, here we are refinishing this dress. It's not really a dresser. It had doors on the front of it that we took off, and they kind of look like shutters, like they have like slats in them. And we just opted not to put them back on, mainly because they were painted white. Like all of it was painted white. This is like where the end result of us finish, where we finish sanding. But the shutters, because of the slats, like it's almost impossible to sand them down, because of the what, I don't know what you'd call, I mean, they're just tight spaces. So if we do end up refinishing that, we'd have to get like some kind of really good furniture stripper, and use I'm assuming like some kind of brush to get into all of the crevices, that's what I was trying to say. So it's just not possible to do it with like just a sheet of sandpaper or something. Like it's just, there's too many tight crevices. So we just left them off. And you can kind of see here in the inside, where I started trying to sand like the bottom front edge, and it looks like brown. It isn't wood, that bottom piece, it's like fake wood. And so I realized that pretty quickly, that it really wasn't going to sand, and it was really thin. So we're just going to paint the inside, refresh the white on the inside, and just stain the rest. So that's what I'm doing here. Is we finished sanding. I vacuumed it all out to get the cobwebs and stuff, because it's been in storage, like in our garage, for years now. So how I got this was a few years back when my sister had passed away. They were, getting rid of like all of her stuff, and I just couldn't stand the thought of all her things being just scattered to the wind. So I like hoarded it all. I don't know. It was just where I was at emotionally and mentally at the time. I really should have kept as much as I did, but I just hoarded it all. So this is one of those pieces, and I wanted to refresh it, but living at our old house, it just sat in that garage for a while. Like I started to try to sand it, and then it would get put in a corner and forgot about for a very long time. And anyway, so once we got to this house, and we don't even have internet here right now. I think eventually they're trying to run like a fiber optic cable or something, and then we'll get it. So we don't have really much to do in ways of like TV or whatever. Like we can watch stuff on our phones, but or connect it, through a cord to our TV if we want to. But we've just been spending a lot less time on electronics, which is a great thing. But with that being said, I've also opened up a lot of time for me and my husband to do projects together. And it's turned out to be such a blessing. Like when Jesus does things like even, you have this big life change, you're moving or whatever's happening, and it doesn't feel like it's a good thing at that moment. But in our case, like it really was just Jesus moving in our lives. And so we come out here, there's no internet, we're spending a lot more time together, getting a lot more done, and it's just been the biggest blessing. So this is one of the first projects we're doing together, finishing this dresser. And it doesn't seem like much maybe to some people, but like we had so much fun doing this, and it turned out so good. Like we're so proud of it. But gosh, that was a really long-winded whatever, sorry. But so here I am finishing staining it. The color is called Kona. I initially wanted the Jacobian, but the Kona, once we start applying it, I don't know, it's warmer than I wanted, but it is very pretty. So we ended up really liking it. We're going to end up just kind of running with it. And we have a couple other pieces of furniture that we're going to stain the same color, just because it's just so pretty. The finish on it's so pretty. So, this is me staining it. I don't think I'm doing it right because this is a stain plus poly blend. And I think you're supposed to brush it on and like leave it, but I'm like wiping it on and wiping it off. I don't know that that's the right way. It still turned out really good, but I am pretty sure that that's not the right way to do it. I think at some point I'm probably going to have to poly it with like officially, and I should have just bought it separate. I should have got stain and then bought polyurethane, whatever, and to protect it. But for now it works, and if it ends up being a problem, we can go ahead and do it there. And then here's my husband spray painting it. I'm terrible at spray painting, so he took care of that for me. But and then here, sorry, I told you I was going to jump around. And then here I was getting ready to just go ahead and just hang up curtains. I thought maybe it would make a difference and make it look a little nicer. And then as I started hanging them up, I saw a little piece of this wallpaper, this fake shiplap, whatever wallpaper, starting to peel up, and it was itching at me. Like I had to pull on it. And once I started pulling on it, I didn't stop. So, yep, here it goes. I saw it, I started pulling, and then it just all came down. And I was really hoping that the wall was just going to be a plain white wall. And it kind of is, but it's not pretty. Like you can see where the strip things are batten. I think they're batten strips, like mobile home wall strips were. So I go in and I mud it or putty it, whatever, and try to get those as smooth as possible. I don't think that this putty, the pink one, because it turns white as it dries, I don't think that's really what you should be using in this case. I think it should have been something where, I'm pretty sure it's like a bag you buy of dry wall mud, and then you add the correct ratio of water to it. And I think it's more, or it's easier to apply because you can get a consistency that's better for something like this. But I made it work. And then I sanded it down. I actually sanded up the whole wall down. Initially, I did it here, like by hand, where I held up the hose, and it didn't really make that much of a mess. But then later, what I didn't show on camera was that I took an orbital sander to try to sand the whole wall because there was drips from the previous paint jobs and stuff that would have shown. And so I orbital sanded the whole thing, and it got everywhere. I had to re-clean the whole kitchen. It was terrible, but it was fine. I ended up getting it done, whatever. So this is what it looks like after I sanded the whole thing. Like you can see the red paint showing through. It just looks terrible. But they always say trust the process. Like it's going to look worse before it looks better. And that is so true, because right now it looks rough. But I'm going in and I'm trimming out the primer, or priming the wall. And there's Bug. She's going to be dancing around, keeping me company. She even tries to help a little bit here in a minute. Um, but yeah, so I end up trimming it out with the primer and then priming it all, and it's just bright white. It looks great. But then I'm going to go in and paint the wall. It's like a grayish. And it scared me at first because it looked like a brownish tan color. I was freaking out because I did not like that at all. I am not a fan of brown colors, other than just like wood, obviously, but brown itself, I'm not a fan of. So I was really scared, but then I was like, no, trust the process. Like you hear that all the time on like HGTV and stuff, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to trust it. So I went ahead and painted the whole wall. I figured, if it's terrible, then I'll just reassess and, shift gears as far as what I'm planning to paint it. But it ended up looking really, really good. So I end up loving it. But it does look very not great when I do it. But so you'll see that here in a second when I paint the wall. And then we end up getting like the hardware and stuff, or the curtain rod and stuff up. But yeah, so we'll be painting for a minute and then getting it all kind of like cleaned up and then the final shot.
I got this boy on my mind that I can't live without. Oh, his eyes are killing me. And he keeps talking about everything that he likes, and I can't stop listening. I'm thinking about him all the time. I'm thinking about him all the time. I'm thinking about him all the time, all the time. And my heart's beating fast when he's looking like that. Oh, his smile is killing me. It's the way that he moves and the way that he laughs, so I can't get enough. Thinking about him all the time. I can't get him off my mind. Oh, I want him to be mine, to be mine. My heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. You know I want him now, 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 now. My heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it starts, when it starts. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, if you want. I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. All the way that I feel, yeah, I know that it's real, 'cause I can get him out of my head. I don't care what we do, everything's feeling new. Even if we stay in bed, my heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. You know I want him now, 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 now. My heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it starts, when it starts. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. My heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. I wanna now, 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 now. Yeah, 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 yeah. I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it starts, when it starts. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want.
All right, so shifting gears again, I'm gonna show you how I made chicken salad, like meal prep for like lunches at work. I don't know why, because the recipe, it was fine. It just was really bland. So I don't know why I'm showing this, but maybe you can, what do they say? Like expand upon it or improve it, whatever, just add something that's adds more flavor, because it was pretty bland. It was fine. I put it on croissants that we get at Sam's Club. I was buying the Sam's Club chicken salad that has the cranberries and pecans, I believe, and it's really good. But I wanted to try to make my own just to see if I could do it cheaper and if it would be as good. It was not, but it's fine. But this is how I made it, in case anybody's interested. If you're someone who doesn't like very much flavor, this is this is your chicken salad recipe. But I'm sure if you just doctored it up a bit with, you know, more seasonings or I don't know, something, it'd probably be just fine. I would not use long shreds of chicken. Like, I should have chopped up the chicken breasts after I cooked them in the Instapot, so that when I did blend them and shred it all up, it was like not long strands of shredded chicken, but like short, small ones. I think that's how it's done in most chicken salads that you buy at the store. So I would do that, and I would add more seasonings to taste, like taste as you go, because it's probably something you could mess up pretty quickly if you add too much of something. But it was fine. It worked. It makes a lot. I ended up having to cut the recipe in half, and I should have actually done a quarter of it, because you're not going to be able to really eat it, especially if you're just doing it for yourself for like meal prep lunches. If the whole family's not eating on it, it's not going to stay good past, you know, a few days. For, you know, I would say around 4 or 5 days, I probably threw it out. The rest that I didn't eat. But I'm not even gonna link the recipe, because from what I understand, it's a pretty generic run-of-the-mill salad, you know, chicken salad recipe you can pretty much find anywhere, and I'm sure there's plenty of other better ones out there. I think a lot of people actually use rotisserie chicken for their chicken salads, which probably would have been better too. But it was easy, just threw it together, and yeah, it's fine.
Don't close your eyes. Wait until the night is over. I'll show you paradise.
And we're back to doing the wall. I told you guys I was going to be jumping around a lot. Like, it was what did I say? It was more of like a not a day in the life, but a day in 3 weeks. So we're just going to pretend that you guys were staying at my house, and this is just the order in which things got done, and we're just hanging out. Because it's very jumpy, sorry, but yeah. So here it is, that color I was saying. So it looks like a tannish brown. Was very scared. It doesn't look that bad here on camera. It seemed darker and more brown in person, but like I said, I committed to it. I was gonna just see it out or see it through and hope for the best. But it ended up looking really, really good. Especially once I got the white shears or whatever put up, I thought it looked nice. So when I'm trimming out, I just noticed that like I trim out way too thick, like thicker than I probably need to, and then I like fan it out so that it doesn't have like harsh lines. That just made sense to me. I think I remember my dad saying something about that too, about fanning it out. But like you'll see here in a second, like, see how much trim I did? I almost painted the whole wall just trimming it out. That was probably excessive. But I am actually painting it now, and it does look, I don't know, 'cause sometimes when I look at it, it does look grayish, and then other times I look at it and it looks kind of tan looking at it through my phone. In person, it did look scarier. You're probably thinking I'm overreacting or whatever, but in person it was worse, I promise. But here it looks decent, I guess. But once it's all done, it actually looks a lot lighter when it's all dry and everything. And I always thought it dried darker or something. But yeah, see here, it's fine. I don't know. I freaked out for no reason. But here I'm trying to hang the hardware for the curtains. And I just tried to throw up the old rods that were there, before I took them down. And because I hung it a little bit wider than the window, they fall down. It's not long enough. So then I go find an old curtain rod here in a second, and I put it up that was longer, that fit it. So got that up finally, and then I'm putting the shears up, and then I realized it looked good, but they were dragging the floor, and I wanted it to just barely touch the floor. So be long enough to meet the floor, but not be pooling on the floor. Because I think once you are sweeping and mopping and stuff, it's just going to get dirty. So it looks good, but we can do better. So I cut the loops off, and then I kind of fold it over on itself a couple times to make it a little bit shorter. And I didn't sew it or anything. I just folded it, and then the little clips for the curtain hoops, whatever, those kind of just held it in that folded shape. So I did that on both curtains and put them up, and it looked a lot better, I thought, once it wasn't pooling on the floor. And I don't know, I even like the little curtain hoop things. What are those called? But yeah, so it looked good. I liked it. So that's kind of the finished product, and I was happy. So moving on to the bathroom. It was dirty. And you can see here, we changed out the mirror. That's why you can see the wallpaper, whatever it is. The mirror that was there was glued onto the wall. It was super flat. There was no trim or anything. It was just a mirror glued to the wall. So we pulled that off. That was terrible. It just broke every time we tried to pull on it. Just glass was everywhere. It was awful. But we went ahead and hung up the new mirror just so we had something until I could figure out what I was going to do. Because I'm going to have to, when I take that new mirror off, I'm going to have to use wall mud and cover up the bits that the wallpaper and it's the actual drywall paper that came up with the glass when we pulled it off. So I have to patch that all and then sand all of the walls, patch them, or, because there's a lot of holes from the previous people. So we have to patch all the holes, sand it, prime it, paint it, and then it should look a lot better. And of course, I want to paint the vanity itself, that dark moody blue I talked about in a previous video. And the counter is I think I'm just going to keep the counter the same. It's a really dark grayish brown, but I went with a color scheme or color palette that I'll show here in a second. Actually, hold on, let's do that now. Okay, so kind of like this. The floors are a tannish brownish color, so that's why those are in there. And then the moody blue on the cabinet, and white curtains, I think white shower curtains. So those are the two that I saw that are the closest to what I'm thinking. You can let me know what you think down in the comments. But I think given what I'm working with the color of the floors that I'm not changing and the color of the counter that I'm not changing, I think that those color schemes, I don't know, I think they're nice. So I can work with that. But just tell me what you think. If you have any other ideas, you'll see the color of the floors here in a second. And then obviously you can see the color of the counter. If you have any other ideas of what color scheme would look good with that, let me know, because I'm open to suggestions. But those two color palettes I just showed were the best I could find to work with what I have. And I think it looks good. But again, open to suggestions if you can think of something better.
But I can't help to fall for you repeatedly.
to Valerie from At Home with Willowberry. She does this mopping trick and it works great. I even have my Lysol. It's not the same Lysol she uses, but it is Lysol. But especially for bathroom floors, like not wanting to use the same mops and things that I use for the rest of the house, doing this in the bathroom, like being able to sanitize the bathroom floor is great. Like it really works. So thank you, Valerie, for showing me that. I really appreciate it. I will do it from now on, especially in my bathrooms. But if you've not checked her out, I love her. She's so sweet. I'm sure most of you probably already know her. If you found me, I'm sure you already found her. But if you haven't, definitely go check her out. She's sweet as can be. But here I am back in the bedroom. Here in a second, you do see the little piece of furniture right there that we finished. You'll get the final shot of it completed and decorated or whatever here in just a moment, but it is in the house now and it looks great and I love it. And we're just gonna tidy up the room. It's not terrible, just kind of upkeep from that one video I did where I got everything finally put away from boxes and everything else. So it wasn't terrible, just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. But here in a second, like I said, I'll show you the end result of our work that we did on that dresser.
It's always about you, always about you. Oh, I don't wanna fight you, and now you're so rude, 'cause you love drama. 'Cause you love drama. You love drama. Funny how it changed in a matter of time. First you were so easy, but now I can't even get through to your mind. 'Cause you don't wanna listen. I know everything about you, like it's hard for you to be true. Oh, funny how it changed in a matter of time. Phone is ringing, always at a bad time. Every time you flash your name, always leaving, then you got me chasing you like I'm the one to blame. Oh, I think you're so rude, don't wanna fight you, but you don't ever take a break, 'cause you love drama, forget the karma, no, you don't ever take a break. It's always about you, always about you. Oh, I don't wanna fight you, and now you're so rude, 'cause you love drama.
And there it is, finished product. I'm so proud of that. I think it looks so good. So that dresser next to it, we're gonna stay in the same color and get the same hardware for it. But I think it turned out so good. But now we're gonna finish cleaning the floors, and then on the bed there, I've got new curtains I'm gonna hang up. The curtains that I put up, it doesn't match the same like gray as the headboard. They're like two different like tones. One's warm, one's cool, and right there, like you can kind of see. I don't know. Maybe it's nitpicky, but it doesn't go together to me. Every time I see it, it clashes when I look at it. So I got white ones to go up. They're the same style, same everything. They're just white curtains. So I'll do that here in just a second, and you'll be able to see that. But I prefer the white. I think it looks a lot better with the white curtains, but you can let me know what you think.
I wanna have you near me again. I wanna have you close. I feel like I am falling whenever you're around. And I've been longing for your heat, your touch. Oh, I belong to you. Belong to you.
lastly, we're going to clean up what's left of the front room and then get things dusted and swept and mopped, and we can call it all good. It's been a long video. Thanks for watching this long if you have. But yeah, this room wasn't terrible. It just needed some sprucing up and dusting and sweeping and all that. So I'll get that done, finish up on the floors, and then we'll get those aftershots.
To see the morning come, I hope I get the rain to shine. If there's a fire growing strong, I hope I leave the night behind to see the morning come. I know I messed up. Yeah, I know I did you wrong. But I learned my lesson. Now what if we could move on? Remember the good days. I wish that we could go back. I know I'm not perfect, but at least give me a try. I'm sorry for making you feel like you're not good enough, 'cause you're the best, you know. I'm sorry for making you feel like you're not good enough. Give me a chance, yeah baby, try, just one more night, then make up your mind. Please don't say that it's goodbye, bye, bye. If you just believe it, I know we can make it. We used to be strong, love. Don't forget where you're coming from. A heart like that don't give up that easily. I wanna see you be mad, yeah, get mad at me. I'm sorry for making you feel like you're not good enough, 'cause you're the best, you know. I'm sorry for making you feel like you're not good enough. Give me a chance, yeah baby, try, just one more night, then make up your mind. Please don't say that it's goodbye, bye, bye. If you just believe it, I know we can make it. Try, try, try. Try, try, try. Try, try, try. I'm sorry for making you feel like you're not good enough. I'm sorry for making you feel like you're not good enough. Give me a chance, yeah baby, try, just one more night, then make up your mind. Please don't say that it's goodbye, bye, bye. If you just believe it, I know we can make it. Try, try, try. Try, try, try. Try, try, try. If you just believe it, I know we can make it.
that's a wrap. Here's all those after photos that make all of it worth it. But thank you again so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay blessed. Talk soon.